this is Wanda Ott, the broker for Next Home 245, and I'm here today with our mascot dog, Luke. And we're here in the studio with Matt Hicks of Leach and Hicks Insurance. Sometimes that can be a tongue twister. Matt has been with Leach and Hicks for several years, and they've been around for many, many years. Matt, welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Leach and Hicks?
Leach and Hicks, well, it was founded by my grandfather. Started selling insurance in Lexington, Virginia, back in the early 50s. And then he paired up when he moved to Lynchburg with a gentleman, and it became Wells and Leach in the early 60s. And then he passed away, and my father purchased the agency in the early 80s from my grandmother, and he just changed the name to Leach and Hicks. So we've been in business, roughly about 50 to 60 years.
So you've got a good reputation and a long-standing in the community. I know your office is located off of Langhorne Road near EC Glass, and you have a lot of walk-in customers over there, I know. So it's a very convenient location. What are some of the benefits of using an insurance broker like your company versus going straight to an insurance company?
Well, I think a lot of them is what some people don't realize is a lot of the companies you cannot buy from direct. We have several carriers that you can buy from direct, or you can use an agent or a broker. But still, there's a whole lot of companies you can't buy from direct, that you have to have an independent agent or an agent of some sort. So that's one advantage. Two, we can sit down and talk about insurance is different for different people's needs and their wants. So we can just look at everybody's situation and what fits budgets and just overall what their wants are.
So by going to an independent broker, you can shop it out to different companies? Is that?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
We have roughly 20-some different carriers. And, what one company is good for, person A might not be good for person B or C. So, their rates are different. And we can just shop it out to see, what the best rate we can get for that individual risk is.
Okay. There's a lot of business being done online right now, from mortgages to closing companies. What about insurance? I know a lot of people are getting their insurance online. What are the advantages or disadvantages of that?
Well, I think the advantages, which hurts all the brick and mortar places, but for the consumer, people can buy insurance at home. It's ease of use in a way. But, the disadvantage is so many people that I see, they don't know what they have. They go, I got, quote, full coverage, or, they just don't know. They bought a policy and they don't really know what it covers. And they have a claim, and they might be with whatever insurance carrier, and then they say, I never knew that it didn't cover that. So, that's one of the biggest disadvantages is, they don't understand their policy or their coverages.
Gotcha. When we write a contract for a person to purchase a home, we have an addendum in there that states that they have a certain time period, like 14 days, to get an insurance quote so that it's satisfactory to them before they go on with the contract. What are some questions that they can expect to be asked when they call you and want a quote for their insurance policy?
Well, typically on a home, you're going to get age of the home, age of the roof. That's one of the ones I run into a lot is people don't know how old the roof is. So a lot of the insurance companies want to know that it's a roof not ready to at the end of its lifespan. So if there's going to be any dogs, any animals, farming, ranching, in-home businesses, daycare. A lot of it's personal, but about the actual house, mainly age, electrical, plumbing. Has that stuff been updated? No fuses, breaker boxes. If there's a heat pump, any updates really help the insurance also. Any updates to the home. So getting the home modern really helps insurance prices too.
What about if a house has a pool or they're going to have a trampoline? Do those things affect the insurance policy?
Trampolines, a lot of the carriers want a netted trampoline. And then pools, most of them want in ground with a fence or above ground with a locking detachable ladder, fences. But there's certain situations some don't want diving boards or sliding boards, etc.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there certain things about a property that may make it uninsurable?
Yeah, you get, and every company's different. And some of it's how far it is, protection classes from a fire department, or another is underground fuel tanks.
We just ran into that.
Underground oil tank, dogs that have a biting or vicious history, or animals, like I said. But a very old roof, trees hanging on the house, touching the home. A lot of companies don't like trees that are actually touching the property, of the house, the roof, etc.
Okay, other than the things that we've already talked about, like possibly the age of the home, are there other things that affect the quote, like maybe the size of the home, the cost of the home, or a person's credit?
Absolutely. Insurance score / credits built into that. That helps a lot for prices. Where it's located, again, how new the home is. There's so many. Yeah, the size of the home, definitely. How much coverage you're purchasing. And then, what most companies do today is do a replacement cost policy. So, if somebody buys a 2,000 square foot home that was built in the 60s for $200,000, well, you're not going to put it back replace the home for that. So, we'll run home cost estimators to figure out the replacement cost for the house. And the bigger the home, typically the more premium.
Okay, for auto insurance, I assume that rates are lower for certain types of vehicles, good driving records, etc. Are there any ways for homeowners to get discounts on their homeowners insurance?
Yeah. Again, improvements to the home. That's, new roof, heat pumps, hot water heaters. If it's, you see some houses that still have, galvanized piping. Some companies don't like that. So plumbing, electrical, and the roof are kind of the three big ones on a house to get credits on an older home. Newer houses are pretty much, you already have all that stuff. So besides, more personal stuff like insurance scoring, it's just kind of, they're already getting those credits.
Right. A lot of times I've heard you say in the past that people wait to the last minute, right before closing. Oh, I need an insurance quote. I need an insurance binder. How long does it typically take to get a quote turned around or get a binder for their homeowner's insurance?
Depends on the carrier, but it's fast. You can get it pretty much right then, right there. But a lot of the preferred carriers, they want pictures of the home. They actually will want their agent to go out and look at the house. I pretty much go to almost 100% of every house. Unless I have good photographs and the underwriter doesn't need it, I'll go out, walk around, get 4 pictures. Usually a day or so.
Okay.
Or the same day. It can happen quick.
All right. Matt, thanks for sharing this information with us today. If somebody wanted to get in touch with you regarding getting a homeowner's insurance quote or other types of insurance, can you give us your website address and also your phone number to contact you?
Yeah, website is www.leachandhicks.com, and phone number is 434-528-5855. We'd love to help anybody out with a quote.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.